Intruder by Their Headless. Nightmares used to come easy to me. Long corridors with locked doors at one end, and a slow-moving, ill-intentioned creature on the other. Whispers over my shoulder, with no one to see when I turned around. A world becoming malicious through means of the ground beneath my feet shifting and either holding me still or swallowing me whole. All possible within my mind. All believable until the exhausted waking end. One thing that remained consistent was how deniable they were once the dream was done. There was no such thing as a dripping wolf made of smothering wax 10 feet tall with no eyes. There was no such thing as brick that swallowed you like quicksand and then became solid once more. I never wake with a start, as the trope goes. Barely anyone wakes with a start. It's a shit trope and I wish we would stop using it. I don't often get nightmares anymore, but when they do happen, they're full force. Digging beneath the nail beds for ideas that make my stomach churn and my mind scramble. Lying in bed, half awake, desperately trying to fall asleep while my stressors ruined me was common for a while. Being eaten alive by worry from the inside out always seems to start with grinding teeth and sleeplessness. Sometimes it feels as if you've gotten no sleep when you wake, even if it's clear you slept through the sun rising and it's now noon. Some nights feel as if no sleep is better than bad sleep. I will always understand that I'm going to have a sleepless night when I lay on one side long enough that it hurts. Turning over again and again is how it begins. Tiny dips into unconsciousness, gently navigating around where my dog sleeps on the bed, occasionally causing a sleepy growl from that small friend. The only friend I had in the apartment at that time. An unreliable alarm system, but loving companion. They often barked when nothing was there and stayed quiet when things were out of place. Only some strangers became subject to the high-pitched shocks of noise that are, apparently, barks. Why is stretching and hanging limbs off the bed so often part of the ritual of being awake when you don't mean to be? As if there wasn't enough bed to toss and turn on, so you have to cover the space between the bed and the floor to make up for it. I was having one such night. Getting up to use the bathroom, my paranoia struck me and I went to check all the locks and alarms. My anxiety is best eased with the most paranoid of actions, so I also checked closets and crawl spaces, cupboards, rooms that were never used, anything that could fit a person, just to keep the anxiety from talking while sleep was still at bay. I still couldn't sleep though. That feeling that I couldn't shake of there being danger nearby I couldn't find. It was crawling on me like a kitten with its claws needling me, telling me something was missing. My mind told me to, once again, check under the bed. I rolled over and away from the window, still trying to determine whether or not I should, or if I should keep trying to sleep. My arms reached out, my legs stretched away, and I let one of each fall slowly off my bed. My hand fell slowly with its fingers outstretched, just missing my nightstand, and touching down on hair and a warm scalp. I woke with a start. "Who are you?" I was facing the window. My dog began to stir an alarm, and I turned on the light before comforting the unformidable beast. It didn't take me long to realize I had jumped up from the position I was in before I rolled over to check beneath the bed. I had never rolled over at all. I was asleep, and no one else was there. Still, after convincing my sweet friend that all was fine and that my shout was no more cause for alarm than a rather loud cough, I checked every lock, and every cabinet, and every room, and everything large enough to hold a person hidden from plain sight. Yes, even under the bed. I didn't sleep that night. No sleep was not better than bad sleep then. They were one and the same that night. But only because I could feel the hair beneath my fingers whenever I dared to close my eyes.